Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Cash Practice Training Tuesday. Today is all about a very important component that is often skipped when people are going to do online presentations or workshops or webinars. I use those terms synonymously, by the way. And in this case, a big focus of my mastermind group and a lot of my students is how do I actually attract new telehealth customers? Since I'm not able to see anyone in the clinic, I've done what I could to convert my past or current, patient load to telehealth, but now I need to get new people in the door. And it's my opinion that one of the fastest ways to do so is through online, virtual presentations, workshops, webinars. And I just want to talk about one key component of that today in this video, because I see a lot of people doing these, a lot of my colleagues doing these and putting a lot of time and energy and in some cases money, putting together presentations that not many people want to come to, and they're not really designed in a way where they're going to convert many people to a lot of business, into at least leads and customers, hopefully. And so the point that I want to make here is that you don't just say, all right, well, I'm going to do one of these workshop things that, everyone's talking about. I'm going to, get on a Zoom or one of the go-to meetings or go-to webinars or these different platforms, and I'm going to make my PowerPoint and I'm just going to create this presentation, and all of a sudden it's going to create a lot of business. The first thing that, if you looked at the title of this video, the first thing to do is actually first to ask your target market what they want to know about. And what I would say is, come up with 3 to 5 options of possible, mini workshops or, topics that you could present some really valuable information on for your target market, and then ask them. So what does that look like? It means, emailing your previous client list. They're obviously your customers. They're the first place to ask. Next, you can put it on just your different social platforms, making sure that it's not just, your good social buddies that are talking to you, because they're always going to want to say yes and, encourage you to do certain things that maybe the actual market wouldn't. So not just your personal profile, Facebook page, but, finding those Facebook groups that are full of people that are your target market, asking the administrators of those groups to see if you could ask for the feedback from the group. What would they want to hear most of? That's kind of in this past week, what I did was reached out to a few different Facebook groups, and I kind of framed it and just said, like, we're trying to be as helpful as possible during these difficult times and continue to serve our community. I'm trying to figure out what you guys, and people like you would feel would be the most valuable topic for me to cover in a free short workshop. And so then I gave them 3 options. Actually, I gave 2. I would suggest doing more than that. And what I found is that it was pretty evenly split. I had a really good response. A lot of people wanted to hear about both of them, so I'll probably do both. But if you're in that situation where you've taken my advice and you've put the word out there to your email list on social platforms, making sure you're not just asking your friends and family, and you get the feedback that actually, you don't have a very clear winner, maybe it's between 2 or even 3, then I would definitely ask the questions of, which one of these is going to most appeal to my true ideal customer, not just like an overall target market, but by like the people that I love working with most. What is going to appeal to those who actually need my telehealth services now? Not necessarily just like a prevention thing or someone that wants to make sure that their home office ergonomic setup is good, but also that maybe they're already dealing with a little bit of neck pain or something like that, right? And what is most related to the end offer I'm going to make, to that paid service that I want them to ultimately take me up on. Now, the workshop itself might not be, aimed at getting someone to say yes to a paid service. The workshop itself, I would say, if it's a relatively cold audience, you probably are trying to push more for free consultations more than anything, or low cost consultations. You're not saying, hey, I want you to, click here and book your $150 telehealth consultation with someone that you've only had on the screen in front of you for 15 minutes, right? So you have to kind of think about that process. But whatever that long-term goal is, whatever that long-term service that you want them to buy into, making sure that if you're trying to decide between different workshop topics or webinar topics, which of those is most related to that long-term associated service, right? If you're trying to, sell injury prevention screens, then your workshop needs to be more about that than about something else that wouldn't make a logical connection to that long-term service. So you want to have that continuity from the beginning, first exposure to your brand, to the workshop, and all the emails before, after, to the ultimate long-term offer that you're trying to take that leads and prospects to purchasing. And so if that's a telehealth service, it needs to be, maybe the topic could be something along the lines of, hey, I'm going to teach you these things that you can start doing on your own, recognizing that it's not a complete solution if you are already dealing with some sort of pain or injury, but this can help you get started. And it also serves as recognition that I'm able to show you things that you can do on your own, just like if I'm, having a telehealth session with you, right? So you're not going to be in a workshop talking about a bunch of hands-on stuff that you would do in the situation. You're actually showing them, these are the things that I would teach people in this situation that you might be in right now. And here are 3 of the top 10 things. If you want to learn all 10, well, we can talk about that in a free consultation. So there needs to be that continuity. So kind of just to recap, we're asking the market, our true target market, what they want to know about, because as clinicians, a lot of times we come up with great ideas because we know what people need to know, but we don't always know what people want to know. And so we need to offer and sell them what they want and then provide what they need, right? So the offer, the title, the topic that you choose needs to come from them, not from your clinical mind of, okay, well, people are working at home now and they might need this or that. Actually, no, you need to frame that out into a few different options that are, attractive to somebody who's in your target market, and then let them tell you, let them give you the feedback that you need. And then from there, if it's not a clear winner and you need to make the decision between them, then you run it through those 3 questions or filters that I just talked about to try and hone in on something that going into it. Okay, I'm going to spend a lot of time and money and effort setting this up on a platform, planning it, hosting it, and hopefully doing multiple of these over a long period of time. I want to make sure that this is a winning topic from the start, and that's the way you can do so. So please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. If you already have done any workshops and you want to tell your story below, I'd love to hear how things are going, how, if you're getting leads from them, what's gone right, what's gone wrong, all that kind of stuff. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions or any of your own stories. Really appreciate you joining me for these Cash Practice Training Tuesdays. Again, these are always coming from topics that I spoke with earlier on Tuesday with my group coaching calls for my Cash Practice Mastermind. If you're interested in getting my direct feedback and coaching, and right now we're doing a step through each week, going deeper and deeper into creating workshops that actually produce telehealth customers for your practice. We're in the middle of that right now. Certainly not too late to join us to get that information and get up to speed and get these things produced for your business. If you're struggling to get telehealth patients kind of quote unquote in the virtual door, then I can definitely help. Check us out at drjarodcarter.com/mastermind. Thanks again. We'll see you at the next one.